Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Luna. I know that we've been talking about Luna for a little bit of time, but things just keep boiling up for the entire Luna community. I know a lot of people are saying that all the bad news is FUD, that they want you out, it's a major shakeout, this, that. Honestly, make of the situation what you will, but we are seeing some pretty solid facts coming out around this entire situation. And I've talked to you guys about my concerns around the project itself. But with that in mind, before we jump on in, I just want to ask guys, could hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. So let's go check out Luna. Let's see what has been happening. So obviously, the price has been sitting stable a little bit. Volume is significantly down about 50%. We're sitting at about $831.9 million. As you guys do see on the 1 month, or not on the 1 month span, the 7-day span, we zoom in a little bit here. Just recently, we had some nice spikes, but you guys do see that the overall price action has been just in a solid downtrend in terms of sideways downtrend momentum. So honestly, do I believe that Luna is dead? A lot of people think, I believe it will certainly hit $1 this year. Who is with me? How many Luna do you have? Please comment below and things like that. Like, everybody's just trying to talk more so about the project, think about where the price is going to actually go. In my opinion, do I believe that Luna can go back to $1? I mean, it all depends on how much they are going to burn. I've always talked to you guys a little bit about, the recovery plan ahead. If they do have this recovery plan and it actually does work, it's going to take years for this to actually get back to a solid point. I don't even believe that $1 is in sight for a very long time. But hey, it is my opinion. Of course, I can only speculate too much on that. But we do see here, the burn is starting. Ultimate, degen bet. Yes, I mean, honestly, right now, buying, Luna is probably one of the most degenerate, gambles that you could basically do in this market right now. But we are seeing some significant burning happening. I mean, we did see a 27 billion burn happen at one point in time. So yeah, I mean, there is a lot of burning happening around Luna, but it's nowhere near what we actually really need. I mean, honestly, if you look at Luna right now, it is still sitting at about 6.5 trillion tokens out there in terms of inflation. So things are still significantly far away in terms of an actual recovery. But again, we are seeing some updates around this, new, Luna 2.0 sort of speculation. We are also talking more so a little bit about, where could Luna actually go long term. And, a lot of people are saying 1 cent. A lot of people are saying 10 cents. I've been seeing a lot of, speculation around it going back to $100 plus, aka 5,000x. I mean, we really don't know. We can only speculate so much around Luna. But we also did see the legal team quit, which also tells me a little bit more so about where, Luna is positioned. Do I believe that Luna will recover? Well, I would have to say if their legal team is quitting, we're seeing, lawsuits coming up, things like that. I think that the pot is boiling over. I think that right now the situation is getting a lot worse for, the Luna team. When we look at things happening around this entire situation, I mean, it still seems like Luna is just a dead project to me. Of course, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to see individuals, making massive amounts of wealth off of this, token. But to me, the recovery doesn't look strong right now. We do see Terraform's legal team quit amid Terra stablecoin fallout. They had some of their key council members basically quit in May, and we did see their LinkedIn profile showed that on Tuesday. Now, of course, we do see employees have fled Terraform Labs, the company behind the Terra blockchain, after last week's collapse of the stablecoin Terra USD, the Luna token, and the entire Terra ecosystem. The past week has been challenging for Terraform Labs, and a smaller number of team members resigned in recent days. The vast majority of team members remain, steadfastly committed to carrying out the project's mission. Terra is more than UST, with an incredibly passionate community and clear vision on how to rebuild. Our focus is now on executing our plan to revive Terra ecosystem, a Terraform Labs spokesperson told CoinDesk. So again, they are still committed to building out this project, trying to revive it, trying to build out the next major stepping stone for this. It's hard to say what's going to happen with this situation. I mean, we really just need to see what they do. In my opinion, I wouldn't be aping in and buying a ton of Luna tokens. That's just my opinion. I think that the risk to reward ratio really isn't that strong right now. As we do continue to see the token get massively murdered by, updates like this, right? where we did see, breaking South Korean law firm LKB will reportedly sue Do Kwon on behalf of investors who lost money in the UST crash. Within this, we also did see this as well. Breaking South Korean law firm LKB will reportedly file a court application to seize the property of Terraform CEO Do Kwon as well. So this is actually pretty significant. I mean, you guys could read all about this. Terra's Do Kwon drowns in legal waters as South Korean law firm issues lawsuits. They're essentially talking about, going after, the entire company. We do see here there are related investors inside the law firm, and we will file a complaint against Kwon at the Financial Investigation Unit of the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency. So, things are getting pretty interesting around this situation. I think that they're getting a little bit worse for, Terraform Labs, but we also did see BNB chain extend support to Terra. Binance seems to have developed a soft corner towards Terra. BNB chain will reportedly deliver backing for projects that intend to migrate from the Terra blockchain. A lot of these, major chains are, trying to, bring on more of the developers that were building on Terra. But honestly, right now, as we do look at Luna, like I said, it's going to be a very long recovery, if anything. But we also do see here Breaking Terra has proposed to rename and create a new blockchain for Luna without UST, which we all know about this. But we did see down here, will this revive, the Luna token? And that's the big question right now. Everybody wants to know, will this actually revive the token? And we do see here, this is the breakdown here, but we do see the aforementioned proposal went live at 7:30 a.m. ET today and has managed to attain millions of votes so far at press time. Over 11 million, accounting for 24.20%, were against the proposal, while nearly 38 million voted in favor. This meant that 76% of them wanted a fork. However, a total of 188 million Luna votes would be required for the proposal to achieve a green signal. If the proposal, is successful, a final snapshot will be taken of the Terra Classic network at block. You guys do see the time here. It's on the 27th. And a new network will be, born. And you guys do see the preliminary polls on the Terra Governance Forum suggest otherwise. And here you guys did see the Revival Plan V2 preliminary vote from the other day that I did talk about. And this was like 92% of the votes were no out of 6,365 voters. But now we are seeing, a major vote yes on the fork. A lot of people are wondering, will this, revive it? And like I said, it's questionable, as we do see more and more updates around the situation, more so going after Do Kwon. And we actually did see official documents reveal that Do Kwon dissolved Terraform Labs in Seoul and Busan days before the Luna and UST crashed, which tells me, it tells me that they were preparing for this to happen, which also kind of tells me that this was most likely an insider job, which, by the way, from my video from the other day on this entire situation, I talked to you guys about that as well, and where I essentially told you guys, like, look at, when we are looking at things leading up to the day of the collapse, we've seen a lot of talks around this specific area from Do Kwon himself. He kind of let on the idea of it, crashing essentially. So, to me, I don't know. Was this a full-on insider job? Well, a lot of the, information that we are seeing right now is pointing to that. It almost looks like, they duck and ran. And when we talked about this situation just, I think it was 3 days ago or 2 days ago, where I was talking to you guys about how they saved whales instead of, the smaller guys, that also puts a huge red flag in my head around this entire situation, which tells me it was most likely a cash grab event where, again, the rich got richer while the individuals that were investing their life savings and things like that into Luna, really got screwed out of their money. So I'm interested to see what happens right now, as we did see also Terraform Labs owing $78.5 million in taxes to the South Korea, government. This is also pretty significant, as, again, when we look at things happening around this entire situation, this is not good. As everybody wants, Luna to succeed so that they make a ton of money, which I think that the vast majority of individuals that are throwing their money into Luna just basically want a quick cash grab. I don't believe that that's going to be the case. I think that this is going to get a lot worse before things even get better. And just so that you guys know, in terms of the votes for, the fork, we did see 89% of the votes at the press time are in favor of the Do Kwon's proposal to create a new chain for Luna without UST. And we did see at the time there was over, 73.4 million votes, which was 19.48%, with 65.9 million of those votes saying yes. So this is actually pretty interesting, and we do see here, with only his proposal goes to voting and not other ones about burning. Yeah, I mean, we really want to know about the burning situation with Luna. If we can get, I would say the best way to fix things right now is recovering the entire network back to the day of the crash before everything kind of sprawled out of control, and kind of just separating UST from Luna and getting rid of the algorithmic stablecoin, which I know that this is not going to be an easy thing to do, and that would essentially be burning the entire supply of Luna back to the original stake. But again, this entire situation is hard to do without having that fork in mind. So they actually do need this fork to move forward like that, but it looks like their idea here is to just incentivize individuals that were holding Luna and UST at the time of the collapse, which is totally fine with me, and I actually, like that idea, but I foresee a lot of the trust behind the entire, Terraform Labs really kind of dissolving. And a lot of people were saying, I still trust them. I still think that they're going to do, great things, but to me, in my mind, I just don't foresee this actually having that revival. I don't believe that Luna can get back to its original state in terms of like $10 to $100. But that's just my opinion. I mean, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys' thoughts are. But with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.